In this video, you're going to learn how other men are going on their penile rehabilitation journey. So I surveyed my touchy subject audience, so I now have around 4,500 men who have completed my free penile rehabilitation program, and I wanted to see, well, how are they getting on with their rehab? 228 men filled out a survey. I sent them asking them some questions about their progress. In this video, you're going to learn exactly what progress is looking like for those who have progress, how many men are experiencing progress, and also what challenges they're experiencing with penile rehabilitation. So to start with, I wanted to get a general overview on how long men have been doing penile rehabilitation for. And I was kind of surprised, you can see here, to see exactly how many different timeframes we've got. So I have men on my list who've been doing this for over 3 years, but then I have most men who've been doing penile rehabilitation for 6 to 12 months and then 1 to 2 years. So then I wanted to know, well, no matter what time frame you've been doing penile rehabilitation for, are you seeing any signs of progress? 2/3 of men said they were seeing some signs of progress and 1/3 were not. Keep in mind, that's everybody altogether. So this includes men who may have only been doing rehabilitation for a week. So then that got me thinking, well, because I had actually all these different timeframes from the men who completed the survey, I'm able to chunk up those timeframes and see here whether within those timeframes, if there was a difference, and you can see there really is. So, and this is interesting because this really corresponds to the data that we have around penile rehab, that it is a long game. So it's around that 6 to 12 months and then 1 to 2 years where we see a vast increase in the number of men who are experiencing progress, but men who are in those beginning months at the start are not seeing progress. But that again, it aligns with what we know from penile rehabilitation. I then asked, what are you actually doing for rehabilitation? I gave them a text box answer so that they could tell me what their routine looked like. And it was so interesting how many different answers I got for this. What I then noticed though was that there were some men who clearly were doing things daily or even up to 5 days a week or more. And then there were men who were doing things a little bit more sporadically or infrequently. And I wanted to see if there was a difference when I coded for 5 days or more versus less than 5 days of rehab activity per week, whether there was a difference in that progress result. So you can see from the results here, there is a bit of a difference there. And keep in mind, this is a very general survey. This isn't getting published anywhere. This was just for me to get a general indication of how people were going. But it is interesting to see that this suggests that more is actually more in the case of penile rehab. So doing daily or up to daily activity seem to produce good progress results versus more infrequently. I then asked men, what signs of progress are you seeing if you are seeing signs of progress? And also, what's the single biggest challenge that you are facing with penile rehabilitation? I found there were so many interesting and again, very varied results that in order, I think, to do that data justice and for you to be able to get that sense of how different everybody's journey really is, I've taken quotes from men who have filled out those answers and have given me permission to post them anonymously on my website. I've turned those into just small vignettes, little stories that you can go and read yourself if you're interested. So the link for how to find those is in the description box below. I'll also pin a comment so that you can very easily find that as the next place to go after this video. It's really fascinating how varied all those responses are. Finally, something that really stood out to me while I was analysing the data was how many men wrote a mental aspect or a motivational factor as their biggest single challenge with rehabilitation. And I think that's an area that gets really overlooked with penile rehabilitation. It can be really easy in a way to focus more on the physical. What's the next pill or injection or remedy to try? Whereas actually you're on a very mentally and emotionally taxing journey. And those mental aspects, that motivational factor, is an area that I'm taking a touchy subject into in the near future, as well as, of course, continuing to help you with the physical aspects too. So if you'd like to sign up for more videos that are around those topics, feel free to like and subscribe below. And again, if you want to check out that link for the further descriptions of what men were writing in their surveys around their progress and challenges, you can click the link in the description box below.